In a historic and tense political moment, the House of Representatives has officially filed 7 articles of impeachment against Vice President Sara Duterte. As the nation watches closely, the prosecution panel is deep in preparation, gathering evidence, organizing documents, and getting ready to present their case in what could be the most explosive impeachment trial since the days of President Estrada. But what exactly are the charges? Why is the Vice President facing impeachment? And how might the senators who will act as judges cast their votes based on evidence or political allegiance? Let's break it down. The first article of impeachment accuses Vice President Duterte of grave abuse of authority, particularly for the alleged misuse of confidential funds in her offices, both as Vice President and as Secretary of the Department of Education. The prosecution claims millions were distributed to individuals with suspicious or unexplained connections. The second article charges her with serious misconduct, citing instances where funds were funneled to names with unclear roles or qualifications and without proper liquidation, a clear red flag under audit standards. The third article alleges betrayal of public trust, stemming from Duterte's failure to uphold transparency. The KOA flagged multiple transactions under her watch, but instead of cooperating, she allegedly obstructed inquiries and refused to disclose crucial documents. The fourth article is for violation of the Anti-Graft and Corrupt Practices Act, pointing to irregular disbursements made through personal channels, circumventing protocols and favoring individuals close to her circle. The fifth article tackles nepotism and patronage politics. Prosecutors say Duterte assigned key posts in her office to personal allies without merit-based selection, a clear breach of ethical governance. The sixth article involves obstruction of justice. Investigators from the Ombudsman and COA reportedly encountered pushback, with Duterte's office allegedly withholding documents and medical certificates being used by key staff to dodge questioning, eerily similar to past tactics used during other high-profile probes. And finally, the seventh article accuses her of inciting hostility toward constitutional bodies. This includes statements and public actions that attack the integrity of oversight agencies, undermining democratic checks and balances. And here's something even more alarming. Among the evidence to be presented is a video clip where Vice President Duterte herself talks about an alleged plot to assassinate President Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr., First Lady Liza Araneta Marcos, and Speaker of the House Martin Romualdez. In her own words, she says, "No joke, no joke." That clip, now widely circulated, is not just controversial, it's powerful and potentially damning. How can something that serious be brushed aside? In the words of one House prosecutor, it's hard to imagine an acquittal with the weight of evidence we're carrying. But here's the catch. In an impeachment trial, senators are the judges. And that brings us to a critical question. Will their verdict be based on the facts or on political loyalty? Some senators, particularly allies of the Duterte camp, are already signaling a defensive stance. Others, like Senator Risa Hontiveros, have taken a measured approach, saying, "The presentation of evidence must take center stage. Let the facts speak." Meanwhile, Sara Duterte has mostly stayed silent, issuing only one bold statement. "I'm ready to face it. I want a bloodbath. A bloodbath not in violence, but in political warfare," hoping perhaps to overwhelm the trial, just as past controversies were overshadowed by spectacle. But this time, the House prosecutors are armed with documents, testimonies, audit reports, and even her own words on video. They've worked quietly but fiercely, determined to let the evidence speak louder than any denial. So now we turn to you, the Filipino people. What do you think? Is this impeachment about justice, or just another political game. If you believe in truth, transparency, and accountability, like, share, and comment your thoughts below. And don't forget to subscribe to AngKampanero, Tinig ng Katotohanan, Tunog ng Kasaysayan. To those already subscribed, maraming salamat sa inyong tiwala. Let's stay informed and let history hear our voice.